Hello everyone, my name is Saurav Kumar and I welcome you all to my video series where we are covering AWS training. We have reached today in part number 7 where we will be talking about the understanding of Amazon free tier, what it is, how to sign up, what is the basic requirement of it, and then we are also going to have a walkthrough of the AWS free tier, meaning that I will be demonstrating practically that when you log in with the AWS free tier, what are the services you have there, which service is free, which service is valid for some specific period of time. Such kind of information we are going to learn in this specific part. So let's begin. So, first of all, we have to understand that when we talk about AWS free tier service, uh, basically, before when we talk about AWS free tier, we have to understand that there are two categories of AWS service we have. Those two categories are one is for free tier and one is for the paid. So these two comes under one category and this is one category. These are the two category of the AWS services. The first one we have is AWS free tier services, and that is basically is for the individual users like me, like you, or any of the single individual person who want to maybe do any learn and do any kind of research or development on AWS. They can go for AWS free tier services. But for any company, those who are looking to get a service on cloud, they will be choosing this any of these two, so that is another second category. In this also we have two options. One is for AWS basic support service, another one will have AWS premium support service. What is the meaning of basic support service is generally it will be used by a small company. So Amazon has a kind of label like, okay, if any organization is having less than 500 user, they are considering it as a small company, so they can go for the AWS basic support service where you will have some support from the AWS, but it will be having some limitation. For example, I'm just telling some example, like let's say that they will tell you that you will be having a support from morning 9 to evening 9, or maybe you will be having a support from morning 7 up to evening 9, something like that. There will be some terms and condition. But for a small company, those who are having just 500 up to 500 user, maybe like 20 user, 30 user, 100 user, 200 user, they will be definitely going for the AWS basic support services. It will be a bit cheaper compared to the premium one. And second category what we have here is in the paid one, we have premium support service, meaning that the big enterprise company or even a small company, but those who are having critical information on the services which they are offering to the client or which they are getting from the cloud service provider, then they will be going for the premier support services. So all the big corporate company as well as a company with more than 500 user, or a company which is a small but which had the working on maybe a critical project and they want to have a full time support, they want to run their services all the time 24 by 7 and something like that, they can go for definitely premium support service. So here only two category are on the basis of the payment system. One is free tier service, another is paid tier, where in the paid we have basic support and premium support. I hope it is clear for all of you. Now let's move to the next thing, that maybe if I want to go for as an individual person, maybe I want to have a free tier service, maybe I want to learn AWS, maybe I'm a student and I want to just learn AWS services like you people. So you are going to go for the free tier service. So definitely to have a free tier service, what will be the basic requirement and how it is, what it is actually. So let's have a discussion on that. Here you can see, to have a free tier account there or to get a free tier service, you need to have first of all a valid email address. What do you mean by a valid email address? Obviously you are going to use your email account, either it is Gmail, either it is any other. So that email account need to be there. So you will be while you are signing up, you need to put your email address there. You need to put your valid phone number. Valid phone number means you should be using a phone number which is allowing you to directly have a call on it. You are not going to use any maybe number which uses voice over IP or something. Like nowadays it is very common. There are so many applications and services are who offer you the voice over IP call facility. So here those phone number are not going to work. It is asking you for your valid phone number, the phone number which you get as a SIM card from any of your connection provider. Then the third thing you need is valid debit card or credit card. So it can work on both. Either you have a debit card or either you have a credit card. I hope you know already the difference in debit card and credit card. Debit card will be only allowing you to do any purchasing or shopping or any transaction from the money which you have in your account, where if you are having a credit card, you will be able to do even any transaction on any withdraw or something if there is no money in your account with some limitation. So while creating a free tier account on AWS Amazon, you will be able to use any one of them, but the condition is the card should be in the category of either a Visa card, either a MasterCard. If you have any other kind of a card, like maybe if you are an Indian user and you have a RuPay card or something, then those cards are not going to work for you. So you need to have either a Visa card, either a MasterCard. If you have a debit card or credit card, if you see there, it will be written there Visa card, or it will be written there MasterCard. So it will be working when you have Visa card or MasterCard only. Then the card which you are going to use to create or sign up your account on Amazon AWS, it must be having at least 1 year validity remaining there. For example, if you are signing up in year 2020, and maybe your card is maybe you are creating or doing sign up in, let's say that September 2020. So your card must be valid up to September 2021. So minimum I'm telling about, because the free tier service you are going to get for 1 year. So from the date you are signing up, from that day up to 1 year, whatever date comes, up to that day your card must be valid. Otherwise everybody will do what? They will create an user account, they will sign up with a card which is going to expire maybe next month. So where from the Amazon is going to charge the money? How he will be able to trace you back? So because of those kind of things, they look for a valid card. Valid card means a card which is having a validity up to next 1 year. And when you are signing up, they may charge you some small amount. Like here, if I talk about in Indian rupees, INR, so in INR they charge approx 2 INR. If you convert in dollar, it will be you can say like 2 divided by approx 70. That much dollar it will be. So you can go to the Google, and you can get a rate of this INR to any other currency, and you will be able to understand how much it is going to cost you. That is the approximate rate I'm talking about. And from there, that plus point about that, they also, whatever they charge you, it is going to be refund you back in 24 hours. So what for they charge this money actually if they return it? Actually this money they deduct or they debit to just verify that the account or the credit card which you have used is really having a validity, is it really having the option to do the transaction. So just to check the transaction, just to check your identity, they do this transaction. They get the debit of 2 rupees or something from your credit card or debit card, but that is also going to be returned back to you. So it is almost free. And this card actually, why they also use it, because when you are giving your email address or phone number, you are not disclosing your valid address. So to have a valid address, for example, if you tell anybody your credit card details, so at least company will understand that if you have a credit card of any bank, you must have submitted your document to the bank. So bank already knows you, because every bank does the KYC, know your customer. So bank is already having your proper proof of your address and all the details. So in case if you do any kind of activity where you supposed to pay some charges for the services, at least Amazon will be able to track you back. Amazon will be able to reach up to you. So that's why they need this kind of things. They need your valid email address, they need your valid phone number, they need your valid debit card or credit card, where from they will deduct some amount which is very small, and it is going to be returned back also. Then when you create a free tier, it is going to be valid for 1 year. So any free tier service which you sign up for, that will be not service, sorry, the account which you are going to have there, it is going to be there for 1 year free subscription on AWS free tier. All right, so I will also recommend all of you, those who are attending this lesson, those who are watching this video maybe, so you're supposed to have this user account, so that whatever you are going to learn in this entire series, you will be practicing them there. You don't have to pay any money. You see here, whatever money is being deducted, which is very small, it is also going to be refund you back. Yes, for a specific services they may have some specific charge, but again, while explaining those services, while showing you the practicals of those services, I will be helping you, I will be telling you what is the method you should use, so that you will not be charged for it, and or maybe you will not be charged a bit for using those services or activating those services. Even in today's session, I'm going to already show you so many number of services with their detail, that which service you can use fully free, which services you can use for some period of time. Such kind of information I'm going to share within this particular section. Okay, so one question may come there, that will I be able to maybe do like this? For example, in year 2020, in year 2020, I use my debit card to create an user there for the free tier. So when it gets expire in 2021, then what I'm going to do is, maybe by using the same card, I will again create another free account and like that. So what I can tell you here, that definitely it's not gonna work. 99.9% chance are it is not going to work, because Amazon uses a service there which is related to machine language. So they have some service running over there, where they already have a database. They maintain a database with your email address, with your mobile number, and with your login credential, plus your user account or credit card, debit card number. So credit card number, these all things are going to be stored there with the AWS, with the Amazon. So if you use any one of them once again, they may not allow you to use again. They may not allow you. It is kind of like a forge detection. So any forgery should not happen on AWS Amazon. That's why they have, or they use such kind of method, that is machine language, machine learning. So what do they do, what exactly it is going to do, that if you use the same email address, if you use maybe the same mobile number or credit card, or maybe any one of them too, then they may not allow you to continue your process of signing up again for the free tier service. So that can be another. There can be some other question also, like what about using mobile money, what about using any other method? So up to now they don't support such kind of service of paying the money from mobile money or anything. As of now they only support debit card, credit card, but hopefully they will be also supporting some other kind of payment method like PayPal or something. But as of now, the best idea to have an account, you should use debit card or credit card there. So let's have a look on portal of it. So let me go to my NEOF browser. In my browser, let me go to new tab here, and let us search about the aws.amazon.com. or maybe you can simply also go to Google and you can search about AWS free tier. So you have both choice, either you can directly visit the site. There you will also get option create an AWS account, you see here, or you can go to Google also, you can search for it. So simply if I go to aws.amazon.com, there is an option of creating an AWS account. So to create a free tier account also, you will be following up this step. You will be going to create an AWS account, and it is definitely going to ask you some information from you, like your email address, your mobile number, whatever I have listed before. So here you see, when you reach to create an AWS account option, here it is already telling you AWS account include 12 month of free tier access, meaning that first 12 month you are going to have a free tier access. That is what I have been talking about, free tier access, where it is including use of Amazon EC2 is a service, you know, EC2 service, Amazon S3 service, meaning that a storage you will get, Amazon DynamoDB database you will get. So these are the some of the services you will be getting free when you are using free tier access. So here is the steps. You have to put your email address, password and confirm password, then any account name which you feel like nobody is having already there, then you go with the continue, and then it will be asking you the next questions like your phone number, your email, your credit card number, so on. Then it will send you an OTP also on the phone and email, and you have to confirm, and thereafter you will be able to use this free account. Another thing is, let us first try to understand what are the services we get when we use the free tier. So you can simply search in Google also AWS free tier. If you hit enter there, go to this option AWS free tier option. So by visiting this page here, aws.amazon.com/free, you can see you get or you reach to a page which is talking about AWS free tier. Here it also gives you the same option, create a free account, where from you can also follow the steps and you will be able to create an user account there. Another important thing here, you see types of offer. What are the types of offer you get? That was our next slide actually here when we talk about our presentation. So we have free tiers offer. There are three types of offer. Some offers are always free. So this is one type of offer, is always free type of offer. Second is there are some offer which is valid for 12-month free, and there are some offer which is for the trial. So these are the three types of offer given by the AWS for the free tier user. What does it mean? So always free means these free tier offers do not expire and are available to all AWS customer even after you have reached 1 year maybe. For example, if you create a user account, if you create a group or something, they will be valid even after 1 year. Those type of service, those type of offer is called as a always free. There will be no charge for that. Like creating a user account on AWS, there will be no any charge for it. I'm talking about creating user account from your root admin privilege. Those things we are again going to discuss in later videos. Second thing is, some of the services you will be only getting for 12 month free. It will be free but only for 12 months. It is not for lifetime. And some of the services you will get as a trial. So generally this will be having a limited period like 3 months, some will have maybe few hours like that. So short term free trial offer start from the date you activate a particular service. For example, let's say that AWS is offering any service for free trial. So maybe I created an account in month of September 2020. But maybe that service which is being offered as a trial, I activate in December month of 2020. So how long it is going to be valid? If it is valid for 3 months, so it will be valid starting from December, not from September when I created the account. So this trial once is always having a validity period, and that validity period start from the day when you activate that particular service, not from the day when you have created the user account, when you have signed up. So these are the three things we have to understand. Same we have here on the portal also. If you go there, you see you have there something like types of offer. So explore more than 60 products and start building an AWS using a free tier. Three different type of free offers are available depending on the product used. So different product has different offer. See below for details on each product. So here it is, and if you scroll down a bit more, here the list of services offered by Amazon plus the condition. Like for example, Amazon EC2. Amazon EC2 is a service offered to you for how long? 12 month free. So you are having this EC2 service free for you for 1 year from the date when you have signed up. And even if it is valid for 12 months, there is some limitation telling that per month you will be only able to run that EC2 for 750 hours. What does it mean? That if you create any virtual machine, if you create an EC2 instance, that EC2 instance you will be able to run up to 750 hours per month, then it will be free of cost. But if you run more than that hours, then you will be charged. So it's very simple calculation. If you know the bit calculation, you can check it also. For example, let me write it like this. If I write it here, that generally if I talk about a month, how big it can be? So most of the month, when we talk about, there are two types. Like January can have 31 days in a month. When we talk about February, it can have maybe 28 or maybe even 29 sometime. But most of the time, or maybe if I talk about the maximum days per month, how many it can be maximum? Obviously it is going to be maximum 31. Like in December we have 31 days. In March we have 31 days. Then in May we have 31 days. In July we have 31 days. In August we have 31 days. So what is the maximum days we can have in a month is 31, right? Then so that is the number of days. So what we have in a month? In 1 month, what we have? We can have 31 days, right? Every day can have how many hours? So it can have 24 hours per day. So meaning that if I ask you in a month, how many total hours will be? So simply you are going to calculate 31 multiply by 24. That is going to be the total hours, right? So if you calculate it, how much value you are going to get? Let me show you from here itself. So we have 31 multiply by 24. So that is going to be approx 744 hours. 744 hours. That's the maximum hour we can have in a month, right? So if I create a EC2 instance, if I create their EC2 instance and I keep running for a even whole month, I don't switch off any time, how many hours total there will be when it is running in a month? That can be 744 hours only. And your free tier is offering you how many hours per month? 750 hours per month, meaning that is even more than what you need in a month. Why they offering 750 hours? Why not 744 hours? Because there are some country, if I talk about those country who are at maybe the near to the North Pole or maybe to the near to the South Pole of the earth, like a country like New Zealand, those country are having some daylight time. they have some more hours in a month. Because of that, they may have some extra 6 hours. You know, if I talk about those countries who are near to the south pole or north pole of the earth, they may have some more daylight time. So because of that, they may have some differ from what we are having in India, what we have in Asia, a specific zone, or maybe in Africa zone. So because of that, the total hours can be there. How much? Total hours can be there 750 hours. That's why Amazon has made a policy that let me give 750 hours free in a month for everybody. Either you belongs to any such kind of country, or either you are belonging from any other country where you don't need extra 6 hours. So this is the basic fundamental behind it. So if you make one EC2 instance and you keep it running for whole month also, that means you are going to run your EC2 there for 744 hours. There will be no charge for it. But yes, maybe what I do like this. For example, if I create one EC2 and I keep it running maybe for 15 days, or maybe I keep it running for 20 days continuously. So what does it mean? I keep it running for 20 days. What does it mean? How many total hours I have kept it running? So simply it is going to be 20 days multiplied by 24 hours, that is 480 hours. And maybe I also have another instance, another EC2 instance. Maybe this one was my Windows. This is one another virtual machine I have there running EC2, which is maybe running my Linux operating system or any other, or maybe Windows itself. That one maybe I kept it running for 15 days. That one I kept it running for maybe 15 days. So how many hours this one has run? You can simply calculate here also. So if I go for it, 15 days multiply by 24 hours, 360. So if I talk about a whole month, how many hours my EC2 instance was running? So simply what you are going to do, you are going to add them together. So 360 plus 480, it is 840 hours your EC2 instance was running on AWS. So if you see now total hours, how many hours you are having your service running on AWS? 840 hours. But how much hours are free? Only 750 hours are free. So how much is extra hours you have used there? So 840 minus 750 hours which you are getting free. So remaining are 90 hours you have run your service extra than what you get as a free. What does it mean? That now you have to be paying the amount for this 90-hour extra which you have run your service there, even if you are having a free tier account. So for example, in case if they charge you 1 rupees 1 INR per hour, so what does it mean? That you have to be having a bill of INR 90 rupees. You are going to have a bill of INR 90 rupees in that month, because you was running two instances. One instance you have run for 480 hours, another instance you have run for 360 hours. So altogether you have run with 840 hours. But where Amazon only offers you 750 hours free, so you have gone for the 90-minute more. But what if I run maybe this instance, let's say that only for 10 days. EC2 instance maybe I run only for 5 days. And maybe I have even third one. This is maybe first instance, this is my second instance, this is my third instance maybe I am running. And that one I kept running for, let's say that 15 days. So now how many hours actually I was having running my services on AWS? You just calculate this all value and you will get the idea. So here it is 240 hours because you have run for 10 days, 24 hours per day. This one you run for 5 days, so it is going to be 120 hours. And here you have run for 15 days, so it is going to be, simply calculate 15 multiplied by 24 hours per day, which is 360. So if I talk about the total hours, even if you have run 3 instances, but what is the total hours you have run there? So 360 plus 240 plus 120. So how much is the total value? You see, 720 hours. 720 hours. That's the total hours you are having running your instance on AWS. And how much you get free? 750. So there will be how much the bill for? There will be bill of 0 hour extra, and your bill will be also how much? 0 rupees. That is how the service are being offered by AWS. So if you are using free tier account, if you are using free tier, there is also some limitation in some services. Like this EC2 service is having limitation that per month you can keep running your instance up to 750 hours. So you imagine, maybe like you are a student and you are doing a practice. So maybe you are doing a 2 hour or 3 hour practical every day. If you are doing 2 hour, 3 hour practical every day, or so what do you think now? How much going to be charged for you? How much charge you need to pay for that? So let's have a look on it. For example, if I create one instance there for my practice, one instance, one EC2, and I just do practice 2 hour every day, or maybe even 4 hours every day, 4 hours per day. So in a whole month, how many hours I have run actually? Even if the month is of 31 days, so the total is going to be 31 multiplied by 4. That means total will be how much? If you just calculate it, simply go to the calculator and you can calculate the value. So 31 multiplied by 4 only, that's 124 hours. That's it. So you have run the instance for 124 hours only. And total how much hours you get from Amazon? 750 hours. So do you think at the end of month you will be charged anything? Answer is no. You will be not having any charge. You don't have to pay any amount to use this or to run this instance, because you have only run your instance for 124 hours and Amazon offers you free up to 750 hours. So similarly, we have some other services like Amazon S3. Amazon S3 service is valid up to 12 months from the date you sign up to 1 year. You will be able to use it, but there is a limitation that you can only store up to 5 GB. Like if you talk about Google Drive, they offer you 20 GB approx. If you talk about OneDrive, Microsoft OneDrive, they also offer you 5 GB. If you talk about Mega Drive, they offer you 50 GB. So the same way, AWS offers its drive called as a Amazon S3 service, and it gives you the space of 5 GB only, and it is only working for you for 12 months as a free. Then you have to pay the money for it to use it. We have some other services like RDS, Relational Data Service, that is also giving you 750 hours per month with DB-T2 Micro. You remember this T2 Micro yesterday, or I mean last session, we have discussed about the type of VM instance. So we have seen micro and others term there. Similarly, if you want to have a database, you can get it for up to 25 GB. It is always free. Always free means there is no period of time that it will be only valid for 1 year or something. You can use it for lifetime, but the limitation is 25 GB. You can use Amazon SageMaker 250 hours. It is also for free trial. Which category it is? Free trial. So here are the trial, you see. The option. which we have discussed. Types of offer: 3, always free, 12-month free, or trial. So you can also filter them from here. For example, you want to see what are the services offered always free, so you check always free. Here you see, after selecting this always free option, it is going to show you only the services which is always free. Like here, DynamoDB is always free, AWS Lambda is always free, AWS SNS is always free, Amazon CloudWatch is always free, Amazon Chime Basic is always free. What is Chime Basic is? Let me explain about it. So Amazon Chime is a modern unified communication service, like the way we use FCC, free call conference, we use Zoom conference, we use Google Meet. Similar to that, AWS also offers a service for doing the online meeting, doing the online audio video call or meeting. The name is Chime Basic. So this is also always free. Once you have signed up, you get this service running always free for it with unlimited use. Then we have Amazon Cognito, that's for mobile user identity and synchronization. It is also always free with the free tier. You have Amazon Glacier. Last session we talked about Amazon Glacier, where we keep our backup, where we keep our archivals. So Amazon Glacier gives you 10 GB storage, and it is always free. It's not having limit that it will be only working for 1 year or 2 years. So 10 GB Glacier you get there free for always. We have always free of Amazon Mackie, which help you to discover, classify, and protect your data with 1 GB. We have Amazon SES. So here are the list of some of the service which is always free. If you want to only see the trials one, you can go to the trial one. So here it is giving you like Amazon SageMaker, Amazon Light Sale. These are free trial with some limitation like 250 hours per month, 750 hours, 1 month free trial only. It is not for that much. This Amazon Guard Duty, that is also going to be the 30 days free trial. So here it is giving you just the service type which you are having. We are talking about free tier. Here it is talking about the offer which you get, and here it is talking about how many days or how much hours per month you get as offer. So this way we can see, we can check, and that will be your work also. After finishing this today lesson, you supposed to go and see all the different services. You can have a note of them also, that which services are completely free, which services are free for only 12 months, which one is just trials, or which one is maybe the featured one. So this way you will be able to see what exactly the service name is and for how long it is being offered, how much maybe the information is free there. Such kind of information you will be able to see from this particular walkthrough of the Amazon portal. So here we can also see something like maybe you want to categorize them, like here you see this is belongs to compute category, this belongs to a storage category, database category. So if you want to see only the services related to compute, you can just filter from here. Let's go to compute. So these are the services offered by AWS related to compute. So we have EC2, we have Lambda, we have Lightsail, we have Elastic Container, Amazon Elastic Container registry, that is also being offered to you for 12 month free, up to 500 MB per month of storage. Then we have load balancing. We have talked about ELB. So ELB is also being offered for 12 month. You will be able to use ELB for 12 month, and there is a limitation that 750 hours per month shared between classing and application load balancer. So you see, whenever it talks about hours, generally it gives you 750 hours, meaning that one instance you can keep running for whole month for free of cost. That is what the meaning of free tier is. But of course, by using free tier, if you are running multiple instances and you are running for whole month on, obviously definitely you are going to be getting some bill there. So that's how the Amazon AWS calculate and generate the bill also. They give you everything as per you use. So they have given you some limitation of free hours. which I have already shown you with the calculation that which is even more than enough. Even if you have an instance running for whole month, you don't shut down even for a minute, still you will be getting that service free. But yes, if you in case running 2 instance, 3 instance, 4 instance, you have to be very careful if you don't want to have any bill. You have to make sure that the total hours of the service which you are running there is not going beyond that free hours. For example, I have explained with the EC2 itself. You can even, somebody may ask me that, will I be able to create 4 instance there, 5 instance there, 20 instance there? Yes, you can create, you can start, but the total hours you check. If your total hours goes beyond 750 hours, for example, somebody has created 10 instance, 10 EC2 instance, and they kept it running. So if I do again a calculation, let's say that somebody has created 10 instance, and that 10 instance, even if they keep running for, let's say that 10 days, and every day, maybe even if it is running for 8 hours, maybe for office hour, or maybe for 10 hours, so the total hour is how much now? There is a 10 instance, it was running for 10 days and every day 10 hours. So how many total it is? It is going to be 1000 hours, which is 300 hours, 250 hours more than the free hours which you get from AWS. So that means 1000 minus 750 is your free hours. So remaining 250 hours is the extra hours which you have been running your services there. And obviously now AWS, now Amazon is going to send you a bill for that extra hours which you was running your service there. So every service which you get, now if I talk about a service like IAM, creating a user account, so even if you try to search it here in this list, there is a search also option there. For example, I want to search for S3. Let me remove compute, because S3 comes under category of which? Storage. So you see Amazon S3 is also being offered to you for free, that is for 12 months, but the limitation is you can only store your data up to 5 GB. But when we talk about in S3, when I go to Amazon S3, first thing it will require me to do that I have to log in with my account. So get started with Amazon S3, for example. It is going to ask me to log in with my user account, and then after I will be able to create the kind of bucket which is similar like blob from the Azure, or which is similar like a folder in your computer. So here you see it is going to the portal where I have to log in, I have to sign in here. Without signing I will not be able to use those services. So let me go to my browser here where I do have already signed in. When you have logged in with your user account, you will be also able to check your bill. For example, I go to my account, I go to billing and cost management of my this particular user account. So I will be able to see the bill also. For example, if I am running an instance more than that free hours, I will be able to see that bill also from here. Right now, the total bill is 000 INR, Indian rupees. Once I start using the services, once I keep running for more than the free hours which I have got, obviously you will be able to see here the bill amount, how much the bill you are having to use the service, total bill. Here from also you can go for the services list. Like for example, if I have reached here, go to sign in to the console. You can go to the services list. From here also you can directly go for it. So creating a service, generally option you will be getting from here, but getting detail that how many hours are free, how many uh, storage you are getting when you are using maybe the storage services, those option I gave you already the method that you can simply go to Google also and you can look for AWS free tier. So it will give you a link to reach to the AWS free tier. Therefrom you will be able to see the detail on every services, that how much information they give you for free. If I want to keep my database on AWS cloud, and I am a free tier user, so I can check in the database condition. You see, you will be able to use RDS 750 hours up to 12 month. I will be able to use DynamoDB for 25 GB, and it is always free. It's not limited for only 1 year, it is for lifetime. Then we have Amazon Elastic Cache, that's for 750 hour of cache to this micro instance if you have created, for 12 month free. We have Amazon Redshift, we have talked about it in the last session, that it allow you to give a very big storage. So fast, simple, cost effective data warehousing, it is there. You will be getting here free trial, because this is something new service. So whenever Amazon AWS launch any new service, they give this that service to everybody as a free trial, so that everybody can use it, but with some limited time, 2 month, 3 month, 5 month, like that. And once they test it, they think that now the service is okay, then they start making the cost of it, they start selling that product. AWS data migration service is also there, offered as a always free. Amazon Key Space for Apache Cassandra, that is also for free trial. If I talk about maybe a developer person, they want some developer tools, so they can go for developer tool option. You see here, they will also get like Amazon CloudWatch, they get 10 custom metric and alarm. AWS Code Build, they get 100 build minutes. AWS Code Commit, 5 active user per month. So this way you can categorize, you can go for a specific product and it will give you the detail related to, for example, security, identity and compliance. If I go there, you see here Amazon Mackie, discover, classify and protect your data, you will be getting always free up to 1 GB. AWS Key Management Service, you will be getting 20,000 free requests per month. Let me talk about, let's say that I talk about a service which offer us to store maybe the archival like Glacier. So if I remove it, I search for Glacier. Here you see Glacier, you get 10 GB of a storage retrieval and it is always free. Glacier you get always free of a storage retrieval. If I talk about Amazon S3, no, there will be some limitation too. Like if I go for S3, here you can see that it is telling me that you have 12 month free. You will be able to use this service for 12 months free of cost. And what is the maximum storage you can have there is 5 GB. But there is also a condition that you will be only able to make 20,000 GET request, meaning that 20,000 times. I am not talking about 20,000 GB. I am not talking about 20,000 MB. I am talking about 20,000 times. Number of time when you are downloading from your S3 to your computer, that can be 20,000 maximum. And the put time means uploading. For example, I have a video with me. If I upload that video on the Amazon S3, so this is one time. I have used my one time upload option. Even if one time I upload maybe multiple file, again it will be counted as a one time upload. So upload time, it has limitation of 2000 put request, 20,000 GET request. So I will request you all to please go through all these things Once this session is over, go with all the services detail and try to have a look on them, what you get completely free, what you get some part of it free. So uh, the last thing I would like to discuss here, that maybe I have a free tire user account here. So how will I get to know that how many maybe already active instance I have? So as I explained you earlier as well, whenever you are creating an instance, please be careful, because making EC2 instance or something, it is a regional services. So first thing you have to choose, that is your region where you are doing this service, where you want to run the service. So go to a specific region. After choosing the region, go to the that particular service. For example, I want to go to EC2 service. So if you are working in a specific region, choosing a region, then going to that a specific service, you will be able to see your running instances. In case if you have made one instance, two instance, three instance, so how many of them are running right now, you will be able to see from there. If I click on running instance, it is going to give me even the list of it, which is right now 0. But later on we will see that once I start creating a new instance, once I will make a instance there and I will keep running, it is going to show me from here also. Same way, if you go for let's say that S3 service, simple storage solution service, so there also you will be able to see how many buckets you already have made. Right now it's saying you don't have any bucket, so you can create from here. But if you have created, it will be listing you here. So any change which you do for a practice, or maybe if you are a learner, you are creating an instance, you are creating any bucket. So I will request you all that once your practical is done, kindly remove them, kindly delete them, so that there will be no any extra, there will be no any possibility to having any bill for that. Because if you are no longer running any service there for more than hours or more than the limited period of time, you will not be having any kind of bill from them. So that's how you can also check that how many maybe bucket you have made before. If you see here, please go and delete them in case if you have done last time practice and you want to now remove it. Similarly, if you talk about EC2 also, so go to EC2 and you will be able to see from there how many running instances are, and you can remove them too. Okay, so this was all about what we supposed to see here in the uh, console of Amazon AWS. Let me go back to my PPT. So we have seen free tier types of offer. We have seen always free. Some services are always free. Some services are free for 12 months. Some services are offered you as a trial of 2 months, 3 months, like that. Now I'm continuing with some of the question answer for today lesson what we have covered. So the first question comes from very first day training, that how many edge location exist in AWS global infrastructure? How many the total number of edge locations we do have? Please answer this in the chat box, in the comment box. Second question goes to you all, that list the 5 services that are free for 12 months. So you can simply visit the AWS site, and there also if you filter only those services which is free for 12 months, you will be able to have a multiple name are there, example like EC2 and all. So I'm not going to give you the answer, it is you who is going to write me the answer either in the comment box, either in the chat box. Then the third question goes to you, that what is Amazon Chime? I have already explained about Amazon Chime in today's session with the other services from the other company who is doing the same task. And the question is it free for 12 months, or is it for trial, or is it for free for lifetime, or always free? Then the fourth question goes to you, that this is just some mathematical question for you, that if you are using 2 EC2 instance, 2 EC2 machine, you have 2 machine from 1st January to 31st January, you have been running this 2 machine all the time, 24 hours, meaning that 31st multiplied by 24, that many hours you kept running 2 machine. So now first thing you have to calculate that how much hours you have run the instance. then you have to do the calculation with how much is free and how much is extra you have used, and on the basis of that I'm asking you to give me the price. If the price or the cost is INR 1 rupees per hour, so how many extra hours you have run for, that many number of that much amount you have to pay as a bill to the AWS. So please write me the answer, how much you have to pay extra. I'm not talking about extra even. How much will be the bill for the month of January if you are running two EC2 machines from 1st January up to 31st January, all 24 hours. And then the final question goes to you all, that a company with more than 500 users will go for which kind of service from Amazon? We have talked in today's lesson that there are two type of service offered by Amazon. So which type of service they will go for? If a company which is having more than 500 users, or if I talk about any big enterprise company, what kind of service they will look for? Please write down the answer in the chat box or in the comment box. So this was all about in today's lesson. I hope this video was informative enough for all of you, and I would like to thank you for watching.